This is Rap the News. Malachi 3:6. For I, the Lord, changes not. So most people will not understand that exactly what you put into this world is what you get out. Whatever you do happens to you. I said it again. Whatever you do comes back on you. If you can understand that that is how this world works, then your life can change overnight. So God's balance system is his righteousness. To say that I have done nothing wrong to these people, they have all done it to themselves. Jeremiah 17:10. I, the Lord, search the heart and examine the mind, to reward each person according to their conduct. Whatever you put out, that's what happens to you, exactly how you put it out. According to what their deeds deserve, that is how I reward you. Who says what your deeds deserve? The Almighty says what your deeds deserve. Proverbs 23:7. For as a man thinketh, so is he. So he said the people of Noah's mind and heart was continuously on evil, which makes, according to Proverbs, them all evil. Again, people think you sat there and you said, I didn't do anything. I don't know why this bad stuff is happening to me. And it says, as you think, so are you. And so that's why the bad is happening to you. If you keep thinking evil, you're getting rewarded for evil until you change the way you think. Job 34:33. Should it be according to your mind, he will recompense it. So if you're sitting there thinking murder, rape, sedition, heresy, wrath, strife, envy, and all of this gay crap, well, that's how he's going to reward you. If you're thinking evil and against the Most High God in your thoughts all day long, well, all damn day long, for however long you keep thinking this crap, your life is going to be in peril, misery. Isaiah 59:18. According to their deeds, accordingly he will repay. And this is why I tell you that no one died and paid the price for your sins, because we know that God don't change. In every way, fashion, and form, he is telling you, you only get what you put out. If you don't put this stuff out, you don't get it. It is not, God is not a partial God, an unfair God, an unjust God. Everyone gets what they deserve. The book says, no bearer of burdens bears someone else's burden. The Father is paid back for what he do. The Son is paid back for what they do. Right? According to your deeds, accordingly, that's how he going to repay you. Whatever you put into his system, that is going to be repaid back to you. If you put good in, he'll repay you back manifold. Job 4:8, because he's rewarding you for doing good. As I have observed, those who plow iniquity and those who sow trouble, they reap exactly the same. I want to open up your mind today and help you understand how the world works so you can get out of this bubble and quit screwing over your life and blaming everybody else for it. Galatians 6:7. Don't be deceived. God is not mocked. He made a balance system that whatever a man's put into the system sows, that shall he also reap. Get out. Every verse is telling you the exact same. From the Old Testament to the New Testament, you only going to get what you put in. You put in evil, you are going to reap evil. No one, forgiveness do not mean unpunished in God's eyesight. We have to read and understand what the scriptures are telling us. Forgiveness do not mean unpunished. There is a punishment, and he's telling you right now, you ain't going to mock me, you ain't going to trick my system. You ain't gonna do a bunch of evil and at the end time pop down on your knees and say, I wash it in the blood of Jesus. It ain't happening, says God. Whatever you did is coming back on you. That's the God you're dealing with. This is the system that you're in. Open up your eyes. Matthew 7:2. And this one bothers me the most. It has bothered me. For with what judgment you judge, you shall be judged. I'm not really worried about that one. This is the one I'm worried about. And what measure you met, it shall be measured to you again. Now I can think of back in the day when I was sneaking and creeping, and my heart's intention, and I do say my heart's intention, which is your desires, was on lust continuously, and I sneaked and I creeped and I kept it on the down low, right? I sneaked and I creeped and I did a bunch of shit, and I've harmed people, right? I have betrayed the shit out of people. And so what is God telling me? He is telling me exactly for however long I sneaked and I creeped is going to happen back to me. For however passionate I was about doing this shit, that's how my mate or whoever I'm with is going to be passionate about getting me back. For however long it took me, that's how long it's going to take them. And then you think of how passionate you was. You think of how long each sexual section took. You think about your intent inside of it. You think about the malice. And you don't want to see you. And I say it again. And you don't want to see you. God is saying to each of us, no matter what you feel, no matter what you think, no matter how much you pray, you ain't getting out of it. You are going to see you exactly how you put you out there. You got a man knocking everybody out. Guess what? Somebody gonna beat the snot out of his ass. And so, this is why God said, this is the patience of the saints. Because we're waiting for your retribution. Again, the part that bothered me is this. For with what measure you met, it shall be measured unto you again. So, as you sow, that's how you're going to reap. Isaiah 33:1. Woe to you, O destroyer never destroyed. Why? Because the wicked are not called immediately to account for their sins. O traitor never betrayed. When you have finished destroying, you will be destroyed. When you have finished betraying, you shall be betrayed. And that's what I'm talking about. And how, exactly how you did it. I said the other day in the video that the man, the cop, shot the black man in the head. As much as clips as he had, he emptied his clip off into the black man's head. The black man been dead, but he just kept shooting because he wanted to destroy you and make sure you never came back because you attacked the cop. Right? You didn't shoot that cop in the head 36 times, but he shot you in the head 36 times. He reloaded his clip. And God is saying what? All the malice that cop used 36 times, but he said something new to Edom. He says this. He said, we shall repay you back double. So 36 times 36 is what? 72? I don't know, I didn't count. Psalms 137. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall be he that rewardeth you as you have served us, rewarded us. How, if you just ask your average everyday black person, how are you treated in the European nations, America, and around the world? I guarantee you, no one will have anything good to say unless they lying through their damn teeth. This your life in America, how has it been? Your life in treatment as a black person, how has it been? None of us will say it's been a picnic. None of us. We all have experienced your oppression, racism, murder, and everything else. And you have no idea of what you put us through. The only way you can have an idea is God says that you get rewarded like you rewarded us. Now you're gonna have an idea. You're gonna have an idea how it feels to be dark skinned or out, put out, stolen from your country, sold, belittled, shit on as a people, not hired, first fired. You'll have an idea, says God. All your racism, and you got to think, people. All your racism, all your hate, all your malice, as a man thinketh, so is he. Should it be according to your mind, I will repay, says God. Everything you thought is coming back on you. Is coming back on you. So this is why I say this is a deep message. And if you don't get this, you might as well get out of religion. Keep believing in your happy Jesus that come to bear it all for you. Because you are deceived like you know what. 1 Samuel 17:27. And the people answered him after this manner, saying, So shall it be done to the man that killeth him. You kill when you're going to get killed. Just like you killed. Mark 4:24. He went on to say, Pay attention to what you hear. With the measure you use, it will be measured to you. And I said that is the damning part. Because let's say I cheated for like 15 years. Well, somebody will have to get me back for 15 years. And let's say each session took 5 to 8 hours to get this over with every day with passion and lust. Well, that's how passionate they're going to have to be. So you're going to be sitting there as an elderly man and an elderly woman getting your shit recompensed back to you. Don't cry, because it's you. Obadiah 1:15. As you have done, and he's talking to Edom, it will be done to you. No man or fake God came and paid the price for nobody. God don't change. Everybody is getting recompensed. That's why it's a judgment. Your evil will fall back upon your own head. Your evil shall return back to your own plate. So you poison somebody, you're going to get poisoned. You injected some shit in some people, you're going to get injected. You choke somebody unconscious, somebody going to choke you unconscious. You ran over somebody and left the scene, you're going to get ran over. Sometimes he gets your kids for what they deserve and for what you deserve. 1 Kings 2:32, and the Lord shall return his blood upon his head, meaning that you left them bloody, he gonna leave you bloody. Again, the wicked is not called immediately to account. Like, nothing is happening to me. I don't believe it. You will one day, bloody. Psalm 7:16. His mischief, and as we keep listening to every verse, all these different prophets tell us the same thing. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own damn plate. Head. Right? I just put plate. Because however you served is how you're going to be served. Behold, Job 3:7, I will raise the Hebrew Israelites out of the place where you have sold them, and I will return your recompense on your own head. oppressor. Then I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the children of Judah. They shall sell them to the Sabians. Who is the Sabians? The people of Yemen. So the blacks is going to sell you to the Arabs, to a people far off, just like you took us far from our land. For the Lord has spoken it. But the Lord designed a balance system that no matter whether he spoke it or not, it was going to happen. And this is why God said he's not mocked. You ain't going to belittle his system. Everybody believe me, because we're reading it here from the Old Testament to the New Testament. Revelation 13:10, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Without a shadow of a doubt, it is a day of retribution. The day, one day in the sight of your Lord is like 1,000 years. So it'll give you plenty enough time to get retributed back. I will restore all of the days that the locust has sucked you dry. It has to be restored back unto you, so that no man, no woman, and no child shall be wronged in the least. He that killeth with the sword, the gun, the knife, must be killed in like manner. In like manner. Exactly how you put it in, whatever malice you had, whatever force you used, that's how you're going to get jabbed back. Keep going. 1 Kings 2:44. The king also said, you know in your heart all the evil that you did to my father David. Therefore the Lord will bring your evil back upon your head. So everybody knew this before. These people are blind, deaf, and dumb. They don't get it. So seeing that they may not see, hopefully today their eyes can open to it. So there is a good part of the balance system. We deal with the bad part first. Why? Because you don't have to worry about the good part. All you have to worry about is what you did evil. Because for good is there is no other reward than good. And everybody needs to understand that. And sometimes you do so much evil, it takes away from your good. All the time. Matthew 6:14. For if you forgive men of their trespasses, then God will also forgive you. Forgiveness don't mean what? Unpunished. You got to be undeceived, or start being undeceived today, or getting undeceived. Psalms 18:25. With the merciful, if you can have mercy on somebody, thou wilt show thyself merciful. So anybody who's merciful, God shows himself merciful. With an upright man, a righteous man, thou wilt show himself upright or righteous. Either way, for evil or for good, whatever you put into the system, that's what you're going to get out of it. And this is what we keep reading. Every prophet, every verse, every scribe is all going to tell you the same thing. You only receive the measure of what you put out. Exactly for however long and what intensity you put it out. Mark 11:25. And when you stand to pray, if you hold anything against another, forgive it, so that God up in heaven will forgive you your trespasses as well. Somebody hit you in the jaw. This is why Christ told you to turn the other cheek. That way, if you do a hell of a punishment, you already receive your recompense. You ain't going to receive another recompense. If you strike back, then you still is due another sock in the jaw. Because then you are not being accountable. To be accountable, to understand this balance system, is to say, whatever happens to me, I deserved it. Or else you're calling God a liar. You're saying the system is not real. Well, keep living and find out. Matthew 6:12. And forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. So if you want God to forgive you for all this crap you done did in the past, you forgive everybody for what they did starting with the hardest person to forgive. That's what I told James Sinke about his parents. You have to let go of your animosity against your parents and forgive them. And by God, he did that. And that's all I believe God was waiting on. Just forgive your parents. Again, people, this is the balance system. God is not mocked. You're not getting around him. As you sow, you shall reap. And you shall be paid back. The part that I don't like, the measure that you put it in, that's what's going to be worked back on you. You know what? This is Rap the News.